Mr. Lynch lives or will be alive forever. Good morning, Mr. Massimo, or simply, 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 David. Saturday, we're not Lynch. It's February 26, 2025, it's Tuesday. In Naples today, it seems clear sky atmosphere generata also sun clouds, but sia middle sky, so middle day, sky atmosphere general, and it also seems to not it's early afternoon practically 13 and 12 minutes, 6 and 8 Fahrenheit, 16 Celsius, and this means that it's really colder than this previous, in fact se calci ti vede te usual sfone mette più senza questa forza tre seguo tra preso ma non remember Gabori was a more much meglio se poi I'm sure to ora si vede me si per esempio se so se ti metà una proposta effettiva 100 so it's better perhaps I can perhaps paradox you try to for me and I didn't know so the evaluations for spinga nudo ne esame fa quello spinga nudo e so se ci software per esame ya ti 8 se sono si si quasi and as regards the English telephony was something was absolutely incomplete but obviously it's cold because it's winter particularly the last weeks it's really cold but the same time taxometer for since some years but 2 points is pari my meter is move meter is actually try is 2 points con le showers fat freezing well literally si può anche se si può insieme a suls try to fight the cold for instance affiliate and people but there is also second aspect another aspect consists practically in the in general in fact apart from last year versus I entered or remember a winter like this se didn't remember not as a winter like this or this so così above the aspects so it tried to find the cold response and like in general for me temperature is a good and for temperature we can see also the condition situation some of these things is good and for the pure if there is a sensation such as for me this batteries is still matter atmosphere from all it should I think of not because for example, think of cold showers, a bit possible, generally people do hot showers, or I don't know, it depends on them. It's still matter atmosphere today, I don't know if I can say this meeting, just for it's a good one, totally completely. If I can be my films on this. In Gary afternoon, I think at an apparition, I repeat this just before, 16 Fahrenheit, 16 at l'important thing with atmosphere is anticipated. Just before we have this. Yes, just before it's even clear, but don't trust. No, don't trust. It's clear at there also this cloudiness in the sky, and for this I think at also thinking of yesterday, because later would make a new photo at mostly cloudy, and also that could even if it's more this is truly remote possibility, but as well as bisogna di wizards, what's we see if it's clear it's a game. Well, bene at the moment. So si dice, ma dico, Win and University and so much to project and 20 years, also is big for the rest. In fact, the new it's in sentence with in quote because it's also to look for the fact that we really have the security really since 20 years, and also is a big for the bench, so it's going to be an event where also no it's busy for better reason, it's anti any shot at 70 shot. Caricano riuscito questi attivismi vendere cortini sono in genere visible, better visible, sì che sono better visible, sentire nel chat si fonde come generation. Infatti, from my deal keeper magic, something 40, e più ci canto ti fa. O sono si che sono generation. Per esempio, people for a channel, it's like an indicator. Sono un brand my sister. Also myself, trust the kids, and finally, I hope you learn at breakfast. Today it's late, general, I'm being called for Mars. Can see later for Mars, the very important test for the regolage. Sembra to see, for the salary factor in breakfast, the fintenancy, as family, at restart with the fintan and part of my tea. It was yesterday. så finns det 3 år, det är säkert liksom to repeat close later as from years they're just rolling just from quote 13 12 13 just in what the important thing is show the same as it in some way also the way first one is so I'm really angry and as we say Ecco fa, si sono mosso il 5 del favore. Absolutely, as soon as it's weak, some of shots that are my favorite biscuits, but particularly see where the things as regard the first one is about to make facts, three shots in the milk control consequences of coffee, obviously, but also when quick shock in fact for another short fragment video shot, and within this I also the fact that Nicholas breakfast was a moment. Particularly for the last weeks are a mega bomb, and the second thing is about the series as regards the series. In fact, even if there are other beautiful series that are the current series. For me, these are at the second place of position because at the first place of position are the Palm Italian series. In fact, I truly recommend them because they are really superb. As tomorrow, I suppose, if I don't die, if I can until tomorrow to happen, the man time will see.